Iris database has been updated.
Okay, so I recently saw a Michael Bay film. No, not Transformers: Age of Extinction. It said Pain and Gain, which was his Marky Mark, The Rock, and Falcon. Very dark comedy, like Very Bad Things dark comedy, about three juice heads who try to kidnap a guy to extort everything that he owns from him, and they're not very good at it. And then things go from bad to worse, and worse, and worse. And then they try it again, and it's even worse. This film is very much like a 90-minute, maybe hour and 40-minute long movie that's a little over 2 hours. They really stretch this film a lot. Like, if you thought Transformers felt stretched, the premise for this really should have stopped at like 90 minutes. It could have maybe gone 100, but this is full of so many Bayisms. And yes, the women have next to no dialogue. Actually, I think Rebel Wilson probably gets the best dialogue and comes off at least the smartest, which isn't saying much. Marky Mark is a guy who goes and decides that he's going to make something of himself because he's a doer. Aligns himself with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, who does an excellent job in this film, playing an ex-con who's born again. So his dialogue is just really over the top. You know, The Rock really embraces it. All the characters do feel really, really two-dimensional. I mean, the dialogue is horrible. The scenarios are way over the top. It feels like it was written by like a 13-year-old. No, 12-year-old. Very, very loosely based off a true story about a man who was kidnapped and virtually beaten to death. How you take a very serious subject and make it a really bizarre, dark comedy with a decent amount of mutilation to it. I think only Michael Bay could do that. This would be a guilty pleasure movie if you're a huge fan of The Rock. I mean, his character it is one of the most unique characters in the film. You can tell he really embraced the role. And it's got some nice nuances to when he was a wrestler, but this film is just very over the top. You know, this is everything you expect a Michael Bay film to be. Only thing needed was more giant explosions. It's got your slow time. It's got your decent level of inappropriateness. This is definitely an R. This is a medium R, not quite a hard R. You know, but it's got just a lot of random stuff going on. And I'm glad that I saw this film when my wife and newborn were not in the same house.